Welcome live to the Sports Shed podcast. I'm your host, Efren. To my right is Z. To his other right is Jack. At the bottom of the screen, you all see is Tigo. The upper left hand corner is Keith. And last but not least, Zach. Um,
What's up,
th-
brother?
those that are actually watching, we want to thank you for supporting this podcast. And we're just going to get going right now and start with our first topic here. It's going to be the postseason here in the NBA. We're going to start off with the first series with the Celtics and the Heat. Celtics lead 3 games to 1. They won yesterday, I believe, by somewhere between 15, 18 points. Derek White went actually off with 38 points. He actually had 3 blocks. Not much of a surprise there. They're going to have to close out the series, to be honest with you, because what happened with Porzingis yesterday, at first everybody had thought it was a Achilles injury. But for now, what they're saying is it's just a strain to his calf. They're saying he's going to miss several games, uh, definitely game 5. So when they say several games, we're not sure. So the hope is that the matchup between the Cavs and the Magic, they go 7 games. By then, if they finish that series a little sooner in 6, there's a possibility that Porzingis can miss a few games. That's really not good news for the Celtics. I think they have enough firepower to get by Miami, but beyond that, I don't want to really sleep on Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell, and I don't want to sleep on Magic because they're a young team and they're playing with house money. But as far as the Celtics and the Heat series without Porzingis, I don't know about you guys, but what do you guys think without Porzingis on this series and moving forward in the postseason? How far do you think they're gonna go?
I'll let the Boston Celtics fans go first.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's definitely gonna be different because he's averaging 12, 5, and 1, so it's not gonna be as easy as it was before. But I think we'll definitely win the series, 100%.
I think when it comes to KP, I think without him, I think the difference he would make is, I would say, going to the finals, and then but with him, like he would help us win it. I think like that's like the difference with KP. I think like we should obviously win this series against the Heat. I think without him, we could still win the series against either Cleveland or Orlando, and then I still think we would get past whoever else in the conference finals. But I think the difference he would make is actually winning the finals.
I think our offense dips a little, but another person's going to have to step up, like Derek White did in the last game. But we have other big men that are capable of filling his shoes as far as rebounding, defense. So I'm not really worried about that part of it. It's just the offense, what he brings, his threes and things like that.
I mean, right now, look, Boston is actually shooting 46% from the field, and Orlando is actually shooting 44%, and Cleveland is shooting 43%. So at least offensively, we're doing a little bit better, but defensively, if I see the field goal percentage here right now, the Celtics are defending at a 44% clip, and then if you have and take on Orlando is defending the ball by 43% and Cleveland 44. So defensively, they're actually doing a little bit better than Boston. So if you take away that firepower, their defense could actually get better. So like I said, I can't really sleep on Cleveland and Orlando, noticing that right now defensively they're actually playing a little better and they're playing against each other. So they're kind of offsetting themselves. Now, granted, offensively, they're not as potent as Boston is, because offensively right now, if looking at this, Orlando is only shooting again 44% and Cleveland 43%. So we're doing better offensively, but defensively we really don't know, especially when you don't have a Porzingis and you kind of need that man, big man that can actually shoot from the outside, drag their actually top big man as well away from the boards, or having that mismatch when he's actually playing down low. I'm confident that they have enough firepower, like you guys said, to advance possibly to the Eastern Conference Finals at the very least, and even getting into the finals. But he's going to be a big miss, and let's just hope that having to miss a few games while the Cavaliers and Orlando are still playing makes a big difference. So right now, it's just day to day right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say that before I say this, I'm not comparing, Kristaps to Giannis, but all I'm saying is this article from NBC Sports Boston says um, that Giannis, he suffered a very similar injury against the Celtics April 9th, and he's still not back. 3 weeks. So if, as an EST time, it's very wide in range. So we really don't know.
The only thing.
See what I'm gonna say with KP's situation is, I think you guys could get past the Eastern Conference Finals without KP, but winning the finals is going to be a very tough task to do without KP. Just because all the intangibles that KP would give you guys and all the spacing that he gives to the offensive side. So it lets you have an off night defensively, just because all the offensive upside that he grants.
Listen, at the end of the day, the only thing I have going is that everybody heals differently, and I'm just hoping that it's not as bad as it actually occurred. That's the only thing.
But isn't he like injury prone too? Like he's been
His legs, yes.
He is, and this is kind of last year he played 65 games, which was the most he's ever played in his career. This year, he really wasn't injured as much. I think he played more games. If I recall correctly, I could look that up. But he actually played more games last year, 65 in his career. This year, he played really well. He wasn't. I don't believe he sat as much. 57. But again, mostly due to injury. A lot of the times is that they'll sit him down too, knowing his injury, him being injury prone. At the end of the day, he just can't miss. He can't be out of the series, and he can't be out.
I definitely think y'all gonna need him down the stretch. I'm not even sure. I know the finals y'all gonna definitely need him because that points he puts up too. Y'all gonna need that point too.
Well, like just moving on with the next series with the Cavs and Magic, they're tied 2-2, and at this point, like I said, I got Magic in 6 again because they're young and they're playing with house money. Cavaliers have Donovan Mitchell, and I think he's a little bit more wanting to win, more so just because he's been in the league for quite some time. And right now, Orlando Magic, they don't know what they're in. They don't know what it's like to be in the postseason. They don't know how they're supposed to react, how to behave, other than the fact that, they have no clue. And sometimes that works to your advantage. And I still think Orlando's going to make it in 6. And I think if they end up facing Boston, I think they're going to be able to get by with the firepower that Boston has, minus Porzingis.
Yeah, with the Magic and Cavs matchup, I mean it's very good teams playing against each other, even matchup. But I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. I got Cavs mainly because of just the experience. They have more playoff experience. Like you said, Magic playing with house money. A lot of first time playoffs. I think Cavs can get through this round just based off experience and the desire to win.
Start of the series, I went with the Cavaliers in 7, and the main reason for that was knowing that Cleveland is home and that Donovan Mitchell has been there on multiple occasions. I feel like that's gonna help them get Game 7. But yeah, I think that this matchup, it's just been pretty good to watch. Two tough teams, playing it out. But I ended up going Cavs in 7.
See, now with the Cavs and Orlando Magic thing, I went Cavs in 6, only because I feel like Donovan Mitchell is the best player in this series, and I also like Garland. But it's concerning that that the person that went off for Orlando is Wagner, and not Paolo.
Well,
Is it Paolo?
he is their second best player though.
Yeah, that's understandable. But you're winning. You blew out the Cavs this last game with it's Pablo, right?
Paolo.
He only had 9 points, dude. 9 points. And they blew out the Cavs.
So you telling me that the Orlando's gonna beat the Cavs for the series?
No, I gotta stick with my Cavs. I gotta stick with the Cavs.
So do you think it's going to be closer? Do you think it's 7, or do you still think that it's going to be 6?
I think it's Cavs 6. Okay. I'm sticking with my initial. I have to.
All right. Uh, you know, as far as the next series with the Bucks and the Pacers, this series is over. As far as I'm
Pretty
concerned,
much. Pretty
it's over.
much.
You know, Giannis. I'm not mentioning his name because he hasn't been on the court. Middleton, he's actually playing hurt. He has my minor injury. He's actually playing hurt, and Lillard right now they're saying that he aggravated his Achilles injury from the past.
Yeah, I would just sit him
So
honestly.
it's over. The
Yeah.
Pacers are just basically knocking everything down.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a free agent or not, but I would just sit Middleton for next
See,
year.
Yeah,
I would even
no,
risk
Middleton
it.
actually signed. I believe he signed an extension for,
Oh
this
yeah, then
offseason.
definitely, I would definitely
He
just
did.
sit. I would
Now,
sit him.
I
Series is over. Don't even need to risk it.
I recall. I don't know if I said it on our initial, our first time we talked about the NBA playoffs, but I did. I know I talked personally to you guys outside of podcast saying that I am scared senseless of the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, same.
And I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm scared of the Pacers.
Why?
I
For,
feel
to,
like,
for,
I
for
feel
them
like
to
their
play, play in
yes,
the Knicks?
yes, their offensive firepower is ridiculous. They can shoot from anywhere, anywhere.
Well,
And they'll
the-
hit.
I mean, any NBA team can.
Well,
But
I mean,
I'm
they were the leading scoring team in the league. They were number one in field goal percentage, so they do have the firepower. But
Yeah,
they live
anyone
in
can shoot
but
that.
they live and die by the three.
Yeah.
They live and die by the three. Like literally, they don't even bother mixing it up. But you know what? I'm gonna move on to the next series, and I'm gonna let Zach and I'm gonna let T go. See, I'm gonna step aside, and I'm gonna let you have your 15 minutes of fame. Go ahead. There you go.
You can go, Tigo.
Go ahead.
What, 15 minutes of fame? What, with the draft?
No,
with
with
the
the
Knicks.
Knicks and Sixers. There you go. They're up 3-1. There you go, two guys. You got your 15 minutes of fame.
Well,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
already
And they're
said
down
it that we're
10-2
gonna
right
win.
now.
We're gonna win the next game, and it's Celtics Knicks for the championship. So I don't even need to explain no more. I already called that already.
Now,
Celtics Knicks champion, Eastern Conference championship. That's what it's gonna be. I don't care about no Pacers. Man, listen, Pacers could go sit down. This is next year. This is our year. This year,
You say that
we,
every
we
year.
red hot.
I don't.
Y'all sound like the Cowboys.
Nah,
No.
Yo. I never.
I was just
I
about to
never
say
say it's
that.
our year. I never say it's our
Oh,
No
Y'all
Cowboys
couldn't
over here.
Y'all couldn't
No
even get it
Cowboys.
done with. Y'all couldn't even get it done with the stolen draft pick, man, with Patrick Ewing.
Oh,
Y'all still couldn't get it done,
man.
bro.
Wow,
Y'all can get the dream team. It's just a. It's
You
just
know
a-
why they couldn't get it done? MJ.
year. I honestly don't.
And
Michael
the Spurs,
Jordan.
And the Spurs.
That's true.
I
Spurs.
I started
I could-
watching NBA.
Yeah, that's true. That
back
yeah,
in
and the Spurs.
2014, I started watching NBA. So like,
Okay, listen. Here's the thing that the Knicks need to
do
worry
you want
about.
me to talk about my Knicks?
Go ahead. I thought you paused. I thought you were done.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out, bro. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Yo,
Eventually.
Jalen Brunson is him, bro. All right, just
Oh
end
my
the story.
goodness.
Uh, the
got
Knicks
anything
role
else?
players, they play really good team basketball. I feel like it just, I feel like there's just nothing Philly can do. That's what a hobbled Embiid.
So you still think DiVincenzo should have been sixth man of the year?
Yes, 100%. Yes,
Yes. Let's for the first time in NBA history. Let's give
Let's
a
get-
starter.
let's give a starter to the
The
sixth man
sixth
of the
best.
year.
but
Yeah.
but I had Knicks in 6. I had Knicks in 6
Why?
because it's Philly and it's Embiid.
Look,
He did
if
say
I,
it, though.
moving forward, I will say that about the Knicks. They're getting the job done, but they need to worry a little bit more moving forward because
that's
they've
the
got
Pacers.
they've got the third worst field goal percentage offensively out of any other teams in postseason right now. They got the third worst. Okay,
You said the Knicks.
the Knicks. They have
Yeah,
the
I feel
third
like
worst.
every game I've seen.
Okay,
They're just
now
not.
granted, their defense is right now number 6 out of all the remaining teams in the playoffs, number 6. But a lot of this doesn't separate because we're looking at about 0.5, 0.6, but still they're number 6. But that doesn't concern me because you expect a Tim Thibodeau team
Yeah.
to play great defense.
Like shutting down Philly for 92 points.
I get that, but moving forward, I would worry the fact that you have the third worst. That's all I'm saying. Offense percentage, okay? Now,
So now you said
we
Indiana's big 3-point shooters, right?
Yeah, see,
yeah, offensively,
I just I watched the regular season when Indiana played the Knicks, and it was just very concerning on how Indiana was just able to get what they wanted anytime they wanted against the Knicks.
But playoff basketball is different from regular season basketball.
That's true,
so,
but we just lost Bogan, Bogan for the
Yeah.
season.
Who?
Did I say his name right?
Yeah, you did.
Mixing him up. Yeah, Bogan.
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich.
Okay.
So we lost him for the season. If Josh Hart stays hot, I mean he's been hot.
that kid coming off the bench is getting
Miles-
hot too. Is his
Miles
name Barkley?
McBride.
Is it Barkley?
No, Miles McBride. AKA
McBride,
Duke.
right? Yeah,
Duke
yeah.
McBride.
I mean, right now the bench players are doing their job, but again,
Players do good.
but again, you can only go so far of having the third worst field goal percentage in the playoffs right now.
And
can only go so far.
right now they're shooting halfway through the first quarter 1 for 9.
Yeah.
The game is on now.
Game on.
The Knicks really got to step it up. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, because every game with the Sixers have been close.
Close.
It has
It
been
It
not
should
one
be
game.
it
was
should
a
be
blowout.
2-2. It should be
It should be
2-2.
2-2.
I mean,
but that's what I'm
Cap,
saying,
bro.
No, you have a
What you mean,
you have
Cap?
you have a
Cap.
60% Embiid and
Bro,
you're only winning by 5. I mean,
It
that is
took
very concerning.
it took the refs
ha-
not calling an
I mean,
obvious.
Yo,
I'll
listen, it's
tell you
not-
why.
It's
I'll
not
tell
on
you
one
why.
call why they lost the game, bro.
Yes,
It was.
actually,
It was.
just-
It
Yeah,
was.
Actually,
It was.
actually, they lose that
Yes.
game if the right call is made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
If the
this
right
isn't-
call
It
is
was
made,
it was a
it's
3-point
2-2.
game. It was a 3-point game. The Sixers had the possession. They were calling a timeout and they didn't call it.
Listen,
It was a tied game.
And,
This isn't-
and they were
listen.
fouled. And
Listen,
Maxey was fouled.
This
And
isn't
Brunson was fouled.
this isn't game 3, I believe, where the Lakers were up by 20 and then they lost the game and LeBron wants to blame it on one call. That's the BS part of it all. That's the
Yeah,
BS.
but I mean, I'm not
This
gonna
is
lie. I'm not gonna
not-
lie. I'm not gonna lie. We're not talking about
No
LeBron.
Yeah,
game
but
comes
this-
down to one call. This ain't football.
That game, absolutely. When you're neck and neck and 1 point or 2 point, yeah, it's gonna come down to one
Yeah,
call
that's-
towards the end of the
Look,
game. If you
I'm
look at-
admitting-
At the
I'm
end of the
admitting
day,
it's
it was
3-1.
up.
I'm saying it's 3-1, but it should be 2-2 if they make the right
Zach,
call. That's all I'm
Zach,
saying.
At the end
That's
of the
what I'm
day,
saying.
what was Philly up before the fourth quarter? I think they
I'm
were up
not.
like
I'm not.
15
I'm not
points, bro.
denying any of this. All I'm saying is if they
Philly
make the
lost
right
that
call, it is 2-2.
Philly
That's
lost that
Zach. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, if the correct call is made, it's 2-2. But
which,
it's
by
not.
The way, which by
So
the
it
way,
is what it is. That's all I'm saying.
to,
So then we don't bring it up.
no.
But
I
we
will
do need
bring
to
it up because it
We do-
happened.
it's a
What do you
part of the
mean? Don't bring it
conversation.
up. I will bring it up. Who are you
It's
talking
one
about?
call, bro.
You're not going to
no,
tell me what I can
One
and can't
call
bring
doesn't
up. That's
affect the whole
crazy.
NBA
Wait a minute.
basketball
I got
Yes,
one
it
better.
does.
I got hold on.
Don't.
Hold
No,
on.
wait.
They
No,
were
you
up
just said one call
15,
doesn't.
bro.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't care
Yes,
who's
they
up,
gave a
who's
50-point
down,
lead.
who's
It
losing,
was
who's
a
winning.
It was a tied game. Okay, tied game, meaning a one possession
Yes.
basket. One possession.
Yes.
Maxey got the ball, and they called a timeout. He was fouled too,
They
and
call-
then they didn't call it.
They
Knicks
fouled
got
him
the ball and scored
twice.
a three.
They fouled him
They
twice.
also fouled Brunson.
So
But
they didn't-
that's
they didn't-
irrelevant because
They
you're
did
down
not.
3 and
They
no,
did.
let me explain it. You're down 3 and you are fouled. What happens? You go to the free throw line with a chance to go up 5. At that point, it doesn't matter if Brunson is fouled or not because you're up 5. That's the whole point. This whole
Oh, and for
Brunson
the-
thing is
wait a minute.
irrelevant because
And for
they're
the
up
rec-
3 inbounding the ball and they don't call a foul on 2 occasions. All I'm saying is, it is what it is. You guys are up 3-1. That's great. All I'm saying is, it should be 2-2 if the correct call is made, and you can't deny that.
Which, by the way, for the record, after game 2, the next day, the NBA office said that the referees blew those 2 calls in the game. For the record, listen, the Knicks are up 3-1. God bless the Knicks fans. I'm happy for the Knicks fans. My boy Teagle, my boy Jaime back in Oklahoma, they're all Knicks fans. But at the end of the day, the NBA literally said they blew those 2 games and the referees were wrong. That's all we're
I'm
saying.
not. I don't even understand why you're mad. I would make the same argument with the Lakers. They were up 73% of the time in that series. Yet it is what it is. They lost 4-1. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is. Lakers got lost in 5, and Knicks are up 3-1. It is what it is. All I'm saying is that call should have been made. It wasn't made. You guys are up 3-1. Great. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't understand why you're so hurt about it.
But at the end of the day, the Knicks should just Knicks fans should just say, hey, we're up 3-1. Sorry, it
exactly.
happened to the
Yeah, but
Sixers.
you also should be concerned. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm
Right.
not saying I'm not
Yes.
concerned.
You should be
That's
very.
that's
concerned.
why it's
I-
that's
I-
why.
I-
I'm not concerned.
You
Listen,
should be. I mean, every game is close with the 60% Embiid with the 7th seed. I mean,
listen.
Yo,
every
Keith,
team is
I'm
every
not
team
gonna
is
say
different,
I'm
so
not
I'm not
Yo,
concerned.
yo, Keith, I love my boys, Smooth and Tigo. Man, I ain't worried.
Right?
I mean, I'm straight
I
up,
ain't
straight up,
worried.
straight up. He
I
should
mean,
I
be.
love it. I
He
love
should
the
be, though.
confidence.
I'm gonna
He
be
should be, though.
I'm gonna be honest. I am concerned
And that's
Mm.
fine.
That's fine.
with,
That's fine.
with
Go
how
ahead.
they played this series. I'm concerned with how they shot.
They just need
How
to step it
Jalen
up.
Brunson has shot. I'm concerned.
But at the same time, you being concerned the way they've been shooting and the way they've been playing offensively,
Yeah.
actually makes the argument that they should have been 2-2, but instead they're 3-1. So, coupled with the facts of bad referee calls, coupled with the fact that they're the third worst percentage,
How does that make the argument of me agreeing that it would be 2-2?
You,
I
You
didn't
did
say.
it.
No, no.
no. First off, you've been saying it should be 2-2. You
It
haven't
should-
said that
I
at
never,
all.
I never said
It
you should
should.
be 2-2. What I'm saying is you are actually stating arguments as to why we're saying it should be 2-2. Like Jalen Brunson struggling, the third worst offensive field goal percentage as a team out of all the teams in the playoffs, and certain parts of the offense that's not going well. That's what you just said,
No,
right?
see,
No. You just hold
With
on a
the
second.
two-
You said,
Hold on a
that's
second.
what you
That's
said.
what he
That's
said.
what you
You've
said.
been saying it shouldn't be
No,
2-2
no, no,
this
that's not
whole
what he
saying
said.
from the foul 2-2. The
No,
series should be 2-2
right.
because of the foul if it was called.
Right. What I am
Am I
stating.
going insane, Keith?
Listen,
Am I going
what-
insane?
No. Listen,
going insane?
listen to what I'm
Yes.
saying. What you said, you
Yeah,
are
you're an
correct.
alien.
What you stated, him saying 2-2 because of the foul, I agree. What I am stating is the points that you just brought up about you being concerned of the Knicks
they help-
with
they help.
Brunson struggling shooting percentage, the third worst field goal percentage out of all the teams in the playoffs, and other things you stated offensively, you being concerned makes what I'm saying is I'm going to take your point of view and use it to our argument why they should be 2-2 instead of being 3-1. That's all I'm saying. We're just adding to our argument.
All right.
what
But
you just
yes,
said.
straight up. If they made that right call, I mean, it's 2-2.
That's all I'm saying. That's all
all
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
I think what Jack
Yeah.
is saying that is if they somehow win tonight's game, the Sixers I'm talking about, and somewhat right that ship, the Knicks could be in trouble.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But they're not
Yeah.
gonna lose tonight game.
Even if they don't, even if
They're not gonna lose
no,
tonight.
no,
game.
listen. I'm
I
not saying.
like it,
I've
I
never.
like it, I
I
like
have
it.
never. I have never said that the Knicks are going to lose this game tonight. All I'm saying is, win or lose, they need to step up. They are not
Oh,
doing well.
that's
Every
fair.
game is close. As of right now, it's 18-17 as I can see. It's every game is close, so they need to step up. It's a 2 seed. This is one of their best years that they've ever done. I mean, they need to step up because it looks very concerning. That's all I'm saying.
All right, moving on to the Western Conference. Let's just simply say, you just
You're kind of
Well-
breaking up.
Oh, sorry. How about now?
You're good.
Yeah, you're good now.
All right. All I'm saying is that the next series out in the Western Conference, the T-Wolves and the Suns. Let's just say Kevin Durant's legacy is in jeopardy because those Suns got smoked.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
But-
think so.
Listen,
Didn't he
No,
No, I
perform
don't
well
think
though?
they
He's. I mean,
Didn't he
he's
perform?
yeah, he's
Wasn't he the
performing
only
well.
one
I
that
mean,
showed up?
listen.
Well, him and Booker
it's-
scored like what
his-
40-some points.
Listen,
His
I-
legacy is not in jeopardy. It's
Listen to me.
It's
Listen.
honestly the Suns, and it's the head coach.
Listen.
It's-
All I'm
it's-
saying, listen. When you go from one team to the Brooklyn Nets, then you go to Phoenix. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to step it up. You've got to
I mean,
do it in
he
the
is.
postseason.
He is.
No. I'm talking about. Okay, listen,
It's a
guys.
team. It's a team effort, Dad. Come
Thank
on.
you. That's my point.
Yeah, but
That is
that
my
is not
point.
your point.
That is
not,
my
No,
point.
it is not. You said his.
Listen, you
said,
win
no,
as
no,
a
no,
team,
no, no,
you
no, no,
lose
no,
as a
no, no,
team.
no, no, no. I'm gonna say your point. You just said that KD's legacy.
It's in jeopardy.
is
It's in jeopardy.
Okay,
you
well,
make any-
what in terms of jeopardy? Like, I just kind of want to know what you
You
mean
wanna
by
talk-
that.
Okay.
Like, are you talking about like GOAT, or are you talking about like top 10, top 15? Like,
No,
what
I'm-
do you mean by
I'm-
jeopardy?
I'm talking about in jeopardy because when for me, my definition, when you talk about legacy, you have to talk about not just the statistics, what he has done, okay, throughout his career, putting up the points. I'm not questioning that. But at some point, when you want to add or be considered part of the legacy, you got to step up and your team has to win. Just because you did it in the postseason as individuals, statistically speaking, to me, You have to win. You've got to move on in the series. At least get into the Western Conference.
Yeah,
or
but
get
I
into
don't.
the NBA Finals, and he
I-
hasn't done
Yeah,
that.
but I don't see how that affects his legacy.
To me, that
It's
it
a
does
team.
affect.
He's putting up the numbers that he needs to
Right.
put up.
Okay, so
I
you're
mean,
telling
could,
me.
I mean, couldn't the
telling-
same be with like Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley? Like they won some
Exactly.
series here and there, but they didn't win anything. But you would still, I would think, consider them like an all-time great. So like I just like if you say legacy in terms of like I can't
I
have
get
him in the
that. I
top
get
10,
that.
I
I get
respect
that.
that. But if you're saying like he's not an all-time great, like that's
I never
wild
said
to
he was
say.
an all-time
But
great. I never
no,
said that. I never
that's
said
no,
that.
I know. That's why I'm
never said
asking. What do you mean by jeopardy? Like in jeopardy, as in like he can't be on your top 10. Like that's what I'm fine with that. I'm asking you to just kind of further like what is in jeopardy because no one
elaborate.
considers him a GOAT, and like I would have him top
I mean, I have a-
15,
I have
but
a
I'm asking
good
you
player, I mean.
what are you saying
have
by
to-
jeopardy?
Wait,
Like no,
Zach,
but what's in jeopardy?
Zach, you have him as a top 15 best NBA player?
Yeah, I'd probably have him top
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I would have him top 15.
I don't have him in the top 15.
All right, give me 15 players better than him.
Give you 15 players better than him?
Please,
Yeah.
no old heads unless it's Michael Jordan.
You can't.
I
You
gotta
can't.
use-
pick-
No, no,
hold
let
on
him-
a
let him
second. You
speak his-
can't.
Wait,
You
wait,
can't tell
no,
us that
wait,
you
wait,
can't. We
wait,
have to
wait,
pick
wait,
in an
wait,
era.
wait,
You
I'm
can't do
joking.
that.
I'm
Wait,
joking.
wait, let him.
No, give me some
Yeah.
players, and I'll tell you where I'm like,
let him
no,
speak-
he's not.
let
He's
him-
better than
apologize,
him.
Tico.
Let him
I
speak.
apologize,
Let him
Tico.
speak his mind, and we could disagree or agree.
I apologize, Tico.
All right, for his position, right? Where you at? Power forward, small forward, right?
I would say he's a small
yeah,
forward.
Small
yeah,
forward.
small forward.
forward.
Small forward. All right, for his position. Fuck, damn, I can't even.
Like I probably only have LeBron.
No, there's more than LeBron.
Like I'm not having Dr. J over him. I'm not having Kawhi over him.
That's crazy.
I'd give Bird over him. So I'd probably have him third right now.
So what about Pippen?
That's ridiculous.
No,
Efren,
I
that's
wouldn't.
the elimination
You
game.
wouldn't put Pippen over him?
The
No.
elimination game. Look at the points scored by the players.
Look at Uncle Keith. He's looking. I'm like, what? He's
Yeah,
crazy.
he can disagree. That's fine.
I
wouldn't
know.
have
It's
Pippen.
just his face.
What?
Yeah,
Like,
No, I'm thinking of other players.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other players that.
Can
I know
can say
dominate that
something while
position.
you're
Look,
thinking?
like I am slightly biased for like Curry and Durant because like I've seen him play, but like genuinely like I would have him top 15. Like like what I've seen him done, like nobody has ever like he was the first person to come in at 7 foot playing the way he plays. Like that
That is
factors
true.
in for me. Like that's what I'm saying. Curry changed the game too. That's why I have him that high.
Can I say
I
something?
don't I don't think top.
Garnett.
I don't.
Garnett came and changed the game at his. He was same height.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that's true.
I'd have,
probably go Durant.
I'd have
I
Kevin.
mean,
I'd have
they both
Kevin
have
Durant.
one MVP. They both
I'd have
one
Kevin
MVP.
Durant.
You go
I'd
ahead,
have
Zach.
Kevin Durant as the second best small forward of all time.
He's a
honestly.
power forward.
He's more of a power
Power
forward. because of
forward?
his height.
He was a
Yeah.
power forward.
It's just that he can shoot from the outside. He can handle the ball, so he can integrate himself between both positions. But I
mean,
guess
right here it
I-
has him as a small forward.
No, he's not. He never played that.
Kevin
he's
Durant.
never played small forward. He's, I mean,
I'm talking about
It
Kevin. I'm
depe-
talking about Kevin Durant.
Oh, is he a power forward?
It says small forward.
Yeah, I'm saying Garnett was a
technically
power
both.
forward.
Oh no, I'm talking about Kevin Garnett. I just said Kevin Garnett is I would have him as my second best small forward of all time.
But he's a
Durant.
power forward.
Kevin
Durant.
Durant. That's what I said.
You
said
keep saying
Kevin
Garnett.
You
I
said
really-
Garnett.
okay, I said
Yeah.
Durant. My fault. I meant Durant. I meant
Okay, no,
Durant.
you got it. Yeah, I would probably just have Bird and LeBron over Durant.
So
Yeah.
So check this real quick, just to add to this Kevin Durant thing real quick. On the elimination game when they got eliminated, Kevin Durant scored 33 points. Okay. And Devin Booker scored 49. Guess what the rest of the team scored?
Less than 30.
Dude. 6 points, 9 points, 9 points, 4 points, 0 points, 6 points. That's it.
All right, let's just go back. Like, okay,
Kind of
we,
sound
we,
like
we ain't got to
Jaden's
talk
last
about
game.
lists anymore. But I just like generally when you say
Crazy.
Jeopardy, what do you mean? I don't understand what you mean by that.
I'm encompassing the postseason. I'm not talking about statistically. I'm not talking about statistically. I'm talking about winning playoff series, moving on, getting into the Western Conference, going into the NBA.
Well,
That's
well,
part
is
of the
What's
that
in
discussion.
okay?
jeopardy?
But
What's
is
in
that?
jeopardy?
I don't think that's a legacy though. Legacy isn't that your whole
Legacy,
career?
yes,
Yes, so
that
why-
encompasses a lot of factors, and I'm
Okay,
encompassing the
what
post-
about his legacy?
Okay.
Or is it
You
what
wanna-
is in
you just wanna-
jeopardy?
you guys just want to include just
Dad,
stats.
Dad,
That's
you
all.
No, I
not
want you to
right.
explain
No, straight up,
yourself.
I'm gonna be straight up. You have not answered Zach's
I just
question.
have answered the question.
No,
I
You
just-
he's
said
asking-
you said his legacy like is in
Right.
jeopardy. What
Yes.
though? Like what
Yes.
about
He's
his
asking-
legacy? Like being
like-
top 15? You like that's in jeopardy?
You-
That's
you can't-
fine, but
you
explain
want to
it.
discuss it? You want to say
What
he's
is
in the top
what is
15?
in jeopardy? Like, what do you mean
What's
by
in jeopardy? What about his legacy is in jeopardy?
He could actually be in the
It's
conversation of a
jeopardy.
goat.
So that's
And
what's
I
in
can't put him
jeopardy.
I can't. Yeah, I can't put him.
That's
in that
fine.
conversation.
Okay.
That's
I can't put him
fine.
in
I
that
just you just had to
conversation.
say that. No one
Oh,
has it
okay.
there. Nobody has
Alright.
it there.
That's all I'm
That's all.
saying.
I, that's
I can't-
that's,
I can't
that's
put-
all I wanted. Thank
real
you.
quick,
That's all I
re-
wanted.
You're welcome. Listen, but to go to your best power forwards, this list is impressive.
No, mine was small forwards. He's a small forward.
Yeah, small forward. I'm sorry. Actually,
Okay.
let me see
Okay.
here.
That's crazy.
Only
that he
because
has a small
they,
forward
this
at that height.
they have. Listen,
He
they,
actually,
I mean, when
believe
he
it or
was
not,
with the Thunder,
this
it
is-
was Serge and Perkins.
Listen,
yeah, but believe it or not, he
Steve
actually lied
Adams.
about his height to get into that. Because back then he said that you had to like a certain height, you had to be established by that position. So he lied about
I mean,
his height.
I mean, the way the league is now, it's like
It's
yeah,
different.
They
Now
play
it's
small,
different.
They
Now
kind of
it's
play
different,
small ball, but like
back
this is the
then,
list. This is the list for small forwards. This is the list.
Okay.
Number 1, LeBron James, 27, 7, 7.
Fine.
Okay. Number 2, Larry Bird, 24, 10, 6.
I can agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Number
two or
3,
three for
number 3, Julius Irvin, Dr.
No.
J.
No.
Hold
No,
on, hold on.
no,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no.
24, 9, and 4.
No.
Okay.
35 and 5.
Look.
Okay.
Okay. Kevin Durant, 27,
rings.
7, and 4. Okay. Kawhi. Then they got Kawhi Leonard, and then they got Scottie Pippen. This is just somewhere I just found. This is
That's fine.
debatable. The
It's
bottom
Durant
3.
though. No, it's Durant at 3.
So that's all I'm saying.
That's fine.
All right. But moving on, Mavs Clippers. The series is tied 2-2. Clippers at one point were up by 31 in Game 4, and I believe they won. I believe they won by single digits. They almost blew a 31-point lead. Personally, I still have the Mavs in 6. I don't know how far the Clippers can go. I mean, because right now, Kawhi Leonard, you brought it the other day, Zach. Kawhi Leonard, when he plays, they lose. When he doesn't play, they win. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I really
This is
don't.
what I
don't
want to speak on because
Kawhi-
I am
Kawhi's
so
out.
confused.
Same
I've-
here. I don't get
Before
it.
the series, I said if Kawhi plays, they're 1-7.
Well,
if he
he's
doesn't
proving you
play,
wrong.
they're losing. Yeah, I know. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'm
He's
not-
making-
And
yeah,
right now,
it's
I'm feeling the
weird.
complete opposite. I don't know how I feel about this series.
It's
I
weird.
felt
It's weird because like it's sad that we have to say this, but like
Don't play.
if the it's sad that we always have to put this in front of the Clippers. If the Clippers are healthy, then they're gonna win the series. It's like we don't say that about any other series. It's the Clippers.
Listen, they're a stacked team. Look how much
I know they're
superstar
stacked,
they
but
got over there.
yeah, it's insane. And
They're
then
stacked, but
and yet
they're-
they always get hurt.
they need to
They
be
always
cold.
hurt. That's the problem.
I mean they're such a good team. That's why I'm saying if they are all healthy, then I'm honestly I have them in a debate for the finals.
They
Not
literally
winning
just
it,
need
but
to be
making it
cold.
there.
They
if
just need to
healthy,
be-
I have the
you
winner
have them
of that
beating. You have
series.
them beating Denver.
No Thunder.
No, I'm
Thunder.
saying he said he have them.
yeah.
Jack said he has them
Yes,
going to the
yes,
finals. So you have
yes.
them beating Denver.
Yes, I can see that. They're not as
Oh.
deep in rotation.
Eagles
Oh,
What happened?
Go.
Oh,
He just
oh,
left.
Theo.
Oh no, there
There
he
he
is.
is.
He's coming back. Hold on.
He's back.
All right.
I can't put nobody over Denver because Denver is the champ. So
Yeah, but
until,
it
until
doesn't
you
mean-
get
I
rid of
mean,
them,
I mean, just because they're a champ, don't mean they're gonna go back to back. I mean, how many teams going back to
listen.
back?
Until you
All
get
I'm
rid
saying
of
is-
them,
Yeah, but all I'm saying is
But-
they're not as deep in rotation as they were last year.
But
so
what-
they're relying
right.
more on their starting five. That's
But-
why I think.
But what
you-
he's saying,
I
is
understand,
that
but-
his argument is, I can't just not.
Yeah, I'm trying
pick
to. I'm
Denver.
yeah,
but I
but
know
I'm-
what you're saying
yeah,
too.
yeah. That's why I'm saying I think the Clippers, as of right now, they have a better bench because I mean, like I said, the Nuggets they got rid of some players and they're not as deep.
True.
So if
true.
the Clippers are healthy, I can see them beating the Thunder and the Nuggets if that's what you're asking.
But right now, listen. Okay, I'm not trying to do conspiracy theory, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I don't think really the Clippers organization or even Kawhi Leonard. I don't think they're really being as honest as how injured Kawhi Leonard is, because
I don't know.
I'm just
Everybody
saying.
knows
I don't
You
really.
think
Yeah,
they
I don't,
faking it, right? You think they
I don't want to
faking
say
it?
they're faking it. I'm not saying they're faking it. They do say he's injured. He's coming back from an injury, what have you. I just don't think that they're not making it as serious as I think it really is. We had the similar situation with San Antonio back then. That 1 year with Toronto is different, but they had the same situation with San Antonio. Now the Clippers are having the same situation. I'm not saying that they're lying or they're not. In my opinion, my gut feeling is that they're not really telling us everything that we should know.
It's crazy
That's all
how
I'm saying.
one dirty player can change a whole man's career. It's just crazy. Like without Zaza, this isn't happening. Really, I'm gonna be. It all started with that. Like he's just a dirty player.
I do think though, I've been saying that I think the winner of that series, I think they will beat the Thunder, no matter who wins.
Yeah, Thunder's
That's
a,
my
I think
a,
it's
young,
gonna be
a young
Dallas.
team.
I mean, either or, but I think it's gonna be Dallas. I mean, I really feel that Dallas is gonna do it simply because, like I said before, I think Kyrie has decided to accept the role, and he knows this is Luka's team. So I think it's great that he actually accepted his role, and that's actually making him a better player.
Yo, Zach, Josh Hart just hit a half-court shot to end the first quarter, but it didn't count. It was after the buzzer.
26-17 Sixers.
At the half?
Yeah, at the half.
After
No,
the
first
first
quarter.
Oh,
First
no,
quarter.
First quarter. First
Oh, come on, man! Stop playing with that.
26-19,
Yeah.
Yep.
17.
17.
17.
All right. I think the next series is pretty much self-explanatory. I don't really want to go into it too much.
Which one?
OKC and the
Oh yeah,
Pelicans.
we don't have to. Talk
I mean,
about that.
Yeah,
4 games
that's
to
over.
nothing.
Zion.
Didn't play.
That's why I don't like to play.
I'm not trying to take away anything with OKC. They got to give credit where credit is due. Again, they're the same thing with Orlando. They're playing with house money. They don't know what it's like to be in the postseason. Same thing with Minnesota when they asked Edwards, "Hey, what's it like? What's it like? When?" He goes, "I don't know. I've never done this before." So again, they're starting to get to know what the postseason is like. But now, let's move on to and discuss the defending champions, the Nuggets, and how they just basically took apart this so-called West Coast team somewhere in California, 4-1. Jokic, Murray,
Jokic
Gordon,
impersonation.
and the crew just basically annihilated that other LA team. I'm not talking about the Clippers. I keep forgetting what the other team is. Anyway, it really doesn't matter who the other team is.
Wait, what?
Excuse me, I'm speaking right now. So
All right, that's
I just
crazy.
asked the question. I didn't know what team you were talking about.
I'm trying to remember the other LA. It's the Clippers, but I can't remember the other LA team because I think they're eliminated.
Disrespect, bro.
I think they're eliminated. All I know is that
The Rams?
Listen, yes, the Dodgers,
The Raiders?
UCLA.
That's Las Vegas.
I don't know. All I know is that yesterday, I really wanted to send a package of Pampers. I wanted. I said I wanted to send a bib. I wanted to send pacifiers over there because all I heard after the 4-1 series was nothing but a bunch of excuses and blaming other teammates. Yeah, you put up your stats, but if you lose as a team, if you win as a team, you lose as a team. You don't throw your teammates under the bus like this.
So what he said?
Hold on a second.
No, what he said?
What-
No. What he said? What he said?
About D'Angelo. Where was he?
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No.
mean,
You
There's
just
nothing
proved-
wrong with that.
If the same thing can be
Man,
said.
I'm
with-
sorry,
in the-
but if you're, how many points did he have?
But what'd he say?
the
30.
listen, would it
But
be
what'd he
okay?
say?
D'Angelo Russell had 30 points, and LeBron was like, "Oh, where's D'Angelo?"
No. When he didn't
No,
do
I
his
thought you
part of
asked
the
what-
games that they lost.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I
My
mean,
thing
I
is
mean,
that-
if he's not wrong,
I have
I'm
that.
not gonna. If he's not wrong,
so
if he's not wrong, I have nothing wrong.
I
with
have a
that.
problem.
If you're an NBA player,
Listen, I
if
have a
you're-
problem
if
when
you're-
your teammate is
if-
calling you out in public. Take it out.
But
Take
who
it into
said
the
it?
locker room. Take
Who
it.
said
Take
it?
it out into the locker room. LeBron
said
did.
it? What?
do you mean
Okay,
who
he
said
said it. He said it in an interview.
Yes. What I'm saying is take it out in the locker room. You don't throw your teammate, okay, under the bus in the media.
That is true.
Okay, you don't do that.
That's true.
I don't care if you're LeBron or if you're
Yeah,
the
it's under
bench
the season
player
average.
sitting on the 12th seat at the end of that bench. You don't do that. Okay, because the coach who leads by example, Devin Ham, does not throw his players under the bus. If he did that, he would be getting crucified right now in the media.
Well, you know, he's gonna be gone.
Wait,
You know, he's
Okay,
gonna be
and
gone, right?
he's going to be gone because we all know why. Okay,
Yep.
nobody wants to say it. No one wants to say it in public. I'll say it. The crybaby, it wasn't his fault. Okay, but in 2011, when they were playing the Mavericks, when he was with the Heat, and they were down 2-1 and ended up 4-2, he didn't do jack. Look up his stats. He did nothing. And nobody called them out as far as his teammates. The media did, but nobody called them out as his teammates. Okay? That's not right. You don't do that.
Why did he call out Russell, though?
Well, Russell, I'm not going to lie. Russell sucked. I'll admit
Well, I
it.
mean, because
He
Davis
sucked.
only had 17.
He sucked. No, I'm not going to lie. D'Angelo, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
D'Angelo basically almost.
But at the same time, if you win as a team, it's because of LeBron. But when they lose, it's because of his teammates. You explain to me how that's being a teammate. You think I want to play with him? I don't care if you want to be the the self-proclaimed GOAT or if everybody else calls you the GOAT. You don't throw your teammates under the bus. I'm D'Angelo Halls. I'd be like this. I don't care if you trade me, brother, don't even talk to me because I already know you don't have my back. That is not a teammate.
I mean, I can see.
I don't care. I don't care. No one will
I
ever
say the same thing
convince
too.
Nobody
I say the
will
same
ever
thing, too.
because if I lose, you know what? That's it. First of all, if you're the leader and you're the so-called GOAT, you put that on your shoulders. You say, you know what? That's on
And take
me.
the blame. That's on
Take
me.
the blame.
Yeah.
That's on
So
me.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to look for it. I don't see anything.
I'll.
So as far
All right,
so
all right.
so
I
you just went on
I
this whole
saw the
thing and I don't
video.
see anything.
Okay.
I just saw the video, and you are wrong. You are wrong.
Okay.
I see
that?
something
It was
about
not-
Darvin
it was-
Ham.
It was not a direct attack at D'Angelo Russell.
You say he didn't say anything negative at all.
Oh,
He
let him
literally
talk.
just told he told the people asking the question. He was like, I don't know how that individual. He didn't even say D'Angelo Russell. He was like, I don't know how that individual feels because what they were talking about, D'Angelo Russell was sitting on the far side of the bench during a timeout, and that's what they talked about to LeBron. And LeBron was like, I don't know how they feel, about that certain individual. He was like, I don't know how they feel. You need to talk to him, not me, because it wasn't an attack. You're taking
See,
it
you
way
just
too
be
far.
trying to find stuff
taking
because
it
I
way
see
too far.
something.
And
I
as a
see
matter
something
of
about
fact-
Darvin Ham.
And as a matter of fact, D'Angelo Russell scored 0 points.
I did say he
Yeah.
did doo-doo. I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I did say that, right?
So
I
I
did say
think
that.
I think you need to retract from your statement because you just completely went on a rant that was not true. So
No.
play it to the mic.
Oh, me?
Or whoever's playing something. I thought Dad was
All right, this
watching
is
the
the start of
video.
it.
No, because I'm actually looking
Okay,
for
this
it.
is the start of it.
Jack has it.
Hold on.
Play it into
Okay.
the mic.
Took an
Who's
indirect
playing it?
shot at D'Angelo Russell.
That's what it's about. Like,
This is
that's
what I saw. I didn't.
whole season is about. So I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know. I don't know if it's you have to ask the individuals, that question and see how they feel. It's hard for me just to be like, this is what I think that guy feels. That's not I can't do that. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. But this is the postseason. Me and this guy have been playing together for 6 years.
He's talking to AD.
We've been to the mountaintop. We've been close to the mountaintop. We've played a lot of games. We know what it takes to win. We know what it takes to win a championship and how damn near perfect you got to be. That's not like something that's so crazy to obtain. I've been a part of it 4 times where you have to have almost perfect basketball to win, and I've done it with him. So I'm not a guy that you should ask that because I don't feel a way about anybody that don't want to strive to be as close to perfect as possible. And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
You see, folks, this is what happens when you just have a vendetta against somebody and you just try to just find anything
that
to
is
just
crazy.
throw shade at somebody that's
That's crazy. I
not
mean,
there.
so- It's
That's all I'm
exactly-
saying.
wait,
No.
I
So
want
when
to
I
say this.
find the
I want to say
video-
this to the live viewers.
So when I see
I
the
want to say
video-
this to the live viewers. It took me 20 seconds. Went on YouTube
To find
clicked
a
one,
video.
clicked one button, said LeBron call out on D'Angelo Russell, and that's what it took me. That's the exact game that they were talking about. It took me 20 seconds, and this man is saying lies.
But
He is saying lies.
I have
Just
no
because-
problem.
just
Listen,
because he
I have
has-
no problem.
just like
When
Zach
you
said-
come with
just
something,
like-
when you
just
come
like
with
Zach said,
something,
he
you
has a
gotta
vendetta.
you.
He has a
when you
vendetta
come with-
on
go
LeBron
ahead.
James because he doesn't think he's this almighty player. He thinks he's
Oh my
he
God.
really dislikes LeBron. I'm telling you right now. If you behind the scenes, he does not like him. So the
This is
fact
what
that
happens
he's-
when you try to
the fact that
find
he's saying
something to
lies,
bash a
I
player
mean,
just because you simply don't like him. Like
mean-
you can't be
No,
coming
no,
up here
no,
saying
no.
You can't come up here saying stuff about people that aren't
you do not
true.
like LeBron.
You gotta know where your source is from before you come up here and just start
Exactly.
speaking. Like, come
Okay.
on now.
Okay.
Because you always
That's
talk about
that's so
Oh my
inconsiderate.
God.
Nah, that's
Daddy,
crazy.
Nuggets own
Oh
daddy.
my God.
Nuggets own LeBron.
Oh
Man,
my
stop with the hate. Seriously, stop with the hate.
That's
Okay.
actually so inconsiderate.
There's actually talk about I was about to buy them Pampers. Stop with the disrespect, actually, please.
The baby
Like, this is-
will cry.
So you can't be a man and own up to your mistake?
No,
You're just
I'm
gonna
not
sit there and
owning
make
up to
baby
my-
noises? You can't own up to your mistake? You're gonna sit there and make baby noises? Yo, you're the one that gotta grow up. Now you talk. Now hold up. You talk about Braun talking bad on his teammates. Now you're the one that needs to grow up out here making baby noises when you're gonna talk down on a man. You're the one that looks like they need to grow up. What are we talking about? You're making baby noises.
When I find the video,
Were you not making baby noises? Were you not
Yeah.
making baby noises? So
Yes,
aren't
yes.
you the one that needs to grow up when
Yes,
you're talking down on
yes.
people?
All
And
I
you're gonna
know
sit
is
there
he's
and
home.
cry.
You
No,
are- you
LeBron
are-
ain't crying.
you
LeBron
are
ain't talking
bashing.
bad on
You are
anybody.
bashing.
You're
He's
the
home.
one with the
He's
problem.
home.
You
He's
are-
home.
Okay, I'm
That's
sorry. I'm sorry.
again. What's your point? What's your point with that? That's irrelevant at this point.
He's home.
No, actually, it's not irrelevant. He's old and he's still
You out here just
averaging-
making ad hominem
he's still
attacks,
averaging
bro.
40. He's still putting up 40 on youngins.
Yo,
He's
time
still
out.
putting up 40. I don't see Jordan doing that.
And he
I don't see Jordan doing that.
When you make a
15 years
point, don't when you make a point.
Now he can
15
go-
years.
Now he can
Oh,
go home, play the
cracking
video.
in his bones. Man,
Wait a
stop
minute.
playing,
Now
bro.
he can go home, play the videos how he's demolishing the youngin, except Daddy Malone.
Hey, how about this? When you make a point, don't make ad hominem attacks. Don't do that. Actually talk basketball. Talk game. How about don't make ad hominem attacks, okay?
Right about now.
You wanna know what's funny? You
Right
wanna know
about
what's
now,
funny?
the Jokic right now could start. Not he could start and is building the argument that right now he's the GOAT.
Yo, guys, you
He's the
want
GOAT.
to see? You want to know what's funny?
What
He knows
that
he's wrong.
again
He's
irrelevant.
close.
It's
He knows he's
irrelevant.
When I
wrong.
find the video, I'm gonna post it.
he
They're
knows he's
still
wrong.
looking. It took us 20 seconds. You're still looking. You didn't even find anything. You just came out here hoping that we weren't gonna do research. That's crazy.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You just said if you find something, you'll speak on it. You just
Yeah,
spoke on something
I just
that was
did.
not
That you didn't have. You spoke on something you didn't have. You don't see a problem with that? You like to be this law guy, talk about innocent before you're innocent until proven guilty, and you're coming out here just making accusations that aren't true, and then you're gonna make ad hominem attacks when we call you out on that. That's crazy.
How are you gonna say?
He's home.
How are you gonna say?
That's fine. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that he's home and you're making ad hominem attacks. Talk on the game.
Rocking. Oh no, actually, Coach Malone put LeBron to sleep.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're ducking. You're running. You're hiding from the point. The point that you're making ad hominem attacks on a man talking about he did something, he said something that he didn't say, and then when we call you out on that, you start making baby noises. You gotta grow up, man. You gotta stick to basketball, man. Come on.
You know he's wrong.
You're not. You're out here making baby noises, making ad hominem attacks that aren't true. You gotta come with evidence before you make your case.
The other one yelling, not me.
You're getting defensive.
You guys are the one yelling. I'm yelling.
Goodbye, baby, on it.
Jack,
And then you're saying enough with
Jack.
LeBron, and then
Right.
you keep talking about it.
I didn't
You
bring
keep
it up.
saying-
You the ones that keep
No,
talking
you
about
brought
me.
it up. We're talking about the Lakers, and you brought this whole Lakers thing up about LeBron throwing shade at D'Lo when that didn't happen. You brought it up. Nice try, bud. Nice try.
You keep bringing up Mike Malone in these papers. I'm sorry.
Yes.
but how
That's
you
not what we're talking about. We're talking about you saying LeBron throwing shade at D'Lo. That's what we're talking about. And you want to talk about these this Nuggets coach and Jokic's GOAT status. We don't care about that because we're not talking about
How are
that.
you gonna bring up LeBron bashing another player and then immediately go back because you know you were wrong? Immediately go
When I
back.
find,
Oh, his daddy. What are you? Grow up, bro. Grow up. We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that. You look really dumb right now. That's the whole thing.
I'm gonna bring it up. You guys.
Oh, wait. That's the first time I heard that interview. Right
What interview?
now, they did the one you guys just played.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, they did ask the question about.
They asked, "How does that guy feel?" And he
Right.
says, "I don't know how
So,
he feels." You have to
He
ask
low
him.
key dismissed the rest of the team except for him and Anthony Davis because he specifically said,
Yeah,
me
that's
and
why
this
I-
guy here have been to the top."
Because Anthony Davis is with him. He's right there with
Right,
him.
but he didn't say me, Davis, or anybody. He didn't call out. He just said the two of them know how to get it done, know how to win.
Actually, those
Meaning
two
he-
are only on the championship team.
Meaning he low key like
No,
was-
those two are only on the championship. There's nobody else on that team.
No, but I'm saying he didn't have to like point that out that
He
him
said
and
close.
Davis knew how to do it. He's
Well,
kind of
'cause he
saying the
does.
rest of the team doesn't.
Hey,
doesn't
he's.
change- that
Did you
doesn't
watch the
change
whole
the fact.
thing though?
I'm sorry,
I
but
just
that
listened
doesn't.
to it.
Excuse me, that doesn't change the fact that Dad is wrong. Efren is wrong. The host is wrong.
Call me Efren again.
He's
Call me Efren
well.
again.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to call you Dad on the podcast.
Actually, it is on the podcast. It is the pod. People are not going to know. I mean,
I mean, it's on the
That's
podcast.
true.
I wouldn't.
That's
Call, you obviously know I wouldn't call you that in the house. Let's be real. But you're bringing up it doesn't change the fact LeBron talking about how to win a championship with AD because him and AD were only on that championship team. If you didn't know that,
Because he said they're the only ones that knows how to get it done.
no.
He just said that. Keep just said that.
because him and AD were the only ones on that Lakers
Right.
team who won that championship that year.
Because
No
they're
one
the only
else.
two. They're the only two on the team that know how to get it done. That's what
Well,
those
he-
were his exact words.
yeah, because
And
he
that's-
got
but in-
bounced, and he's talking about what it takes to win, and he's saying, and
'Cause
then
in
he's
that-
right next to him.
In
talking
that
about
same
it.
breath, he said he's been there 4 times.
I'm gonna give you. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. If you're right on that, it still doesn't change the fact that you're wrong because you said that he was making a direct attack on D'Angelo Russell,
Which he wasn't.
Which he wasn't.
So let me-
He was
On
saying-
one video.
He was saying
That's not the
he was
video
saying-
I saw.
I was.
You still haven't found the video.
The video.
That was.
You didn't bring evidence. You don't have evidence because it didn't happen.
You guys want to spend 5 seconds, 10 seconds looking up one and watching one video?
I saw
That's
the
on
source.
you.
It says LeBron interview after
Wait,
the
listen,
after the
Will-
3-0 loss.
Keith,
That was the-
Keith. Do me a favor.
Listen.
Do me a favor. When I find the video, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm not gonna spend all this time finding it. But when I find the video and I send it to you, post it.
Let me
Deal?
Okay.
let me
Thank
get my
you.
word in now.
Thank
all
you.
right?
That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting my
Post
word
it.
in. All right.
Go ahead.
I don't think the video that we heard from Jag, he's not calling out anybody.
One video. Go ahead.
He's not calling out. He's not calling out. I'm just talking the video.
That's what I saw when it popped up when I searched it.
anybody.
That's what came up.
He has a right to say me and AD because him and AD did go all the way and win it. So he's talking. I think AD was sitting next to him, right? Was AD sitting next to him?
He's talking about that. He knows like what it takes to win and how it takes perfection. And Anthony Davis was next to him. Yeah, and he was talking about.
I personally don't think I don't think once this year, I could be wrong. I don't really pay attention to LeBron because one, I don't really care for LeBron and I don't care for the Lakers. Has he ever called somebody out like that publicly?
I don't know, but at this point, it doesn't matter because
No.
he made up the argument that LeBron made a personal attack on D'Angelo Russell for not putting up the numbers that he should be putting up. And I mean, even so, he should be putting up numbers. I mean, putting up 0 points is just.
All right. So what if Dad do find that video? Then
If he
then
does
how
find a
is it-
video, then all credit to him. But I'm scrolling through here, and that's the only one. He brought it up because
Of course, I brought it,
It
up.
was-
I
it
bring
was-
up things that I see and read and watch. Yes.
Yeah,
So whatever you saw, read, found, bring it up right now.
yeah, what did
You should
what did
have
you
it.
read,
You
and
should
what
have
did
it.
You said so. So what video did you watch? Because you
Wait,
said see.
I'm not gonna spend here looking for it right now.
You just said.
Let
that
me
you
guess. You're
saw-
on First Take, and Stephen A. Smith just brought this up with no video of LeBron James saying it.
What was the article say?
What I said was just because I read or see a video. I saw the video. It was a video, by the way. I said when I see a video or I read an article, what have you, I don't just put it on my safe folder.
But you should find it. But
You're
you
not
should be
answering
able
my
to find
question.
it.
You just said you saw a video, right?
Yes, I did.
What did the video say? What was it about?
Just kind of really told you
Can you
earlier.
okay? Tell me again.
I'm not gonna repeat myself. Watch it. Watch it again later on. I
I'm gonna
just
add-
finished saying
I'm
it.
gonna add another.
There's no There's no You guys spent 5
backtrack it. I see.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me add one more thing here.
Go ahead.
So, man, you guys are talking, so I should have wrote it down.
You got to have the
Crazy,
notes.
bro. I sat here trying to get a word in for 20
I'm
minutes.
sorry,
bro.
but that
I'm sorry.
the
Go ahead.
disrespect
We
to
got-
LeBron
we-
is
That's
just
not
unacceptable.
disrespect.
we have.
It is disrespect. You're out here making baby noises. What are you talking about?
We're
Exactly.
interrupting each other.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
has to get a
fun.
point.
I mean,
It's
it's an argument. It's an
I
argument.
mean, the one thing I saw during those games, I mean, I was watching them with Zach, and like LeBron would drive or whatever, not get a foul. He wouldn't even run down back on defense. Like it'd be 5-on-4 for like 2 minutes. I mean, and then he's talking about he knows what it takes to win
He
games.
just said he saw it with Zach. He said he
Okay.
just saw it
That's
with
fine, but that's not the point.
But he
again.
shouldn't say that if he's the one staying back after he doesn't get a foul
But,
ball.
but it's not wrong what he said.
But he's not he's not showing it.
No,
on
he
the
has
court.
he's proved it.
He's putting
He's
up
proved
what,
it.
By
20,
not playing
30?
defense.
He's proved it.
So
He's proved it. I'm not saying he's going to do it
Scoring
going forward.
points is not the whole thing. You got to
I
play
mean, how many-
defense.
How
all
many
right.
championships does he have, though?
How many
How many
possessions
championships does he have?
4.
4. So he knows how to win.
Okay.
That
And how
don't
many-
mean that he's going to
how
do
many-
it going forward, but like
how
he
many- how
does
many
know
possessions-
what
how many-
it takes.
How many possessions did you see of him not going back on defense?
Probably like
A lot.
Like me personally, like 4 or 5.
4 or
I'm not-
5
Like
out of
like
30
out of all
out
the whole series, maybe like 4 or 5.
out of how many minutes? 40 something minutes. I mean, come on.
I didn't watch the whole game,
but that's more.
but
than
I saw
that.
like 4 or 5. I saw like 1 or 2 a game.
That's
Oh,
more-
1 or 2 a game.
But
I mean,
that's still more than a lot of players, bro.
You want to be an example. Don't
No,
you shouldn't play like
I mean,
that.
I'm
I
fine with
agree.
that. I'm fine
I
with that.
agree, but
But again, that wasn't the whole point that we're talking
Yeah,
about,
but-
right?
Right.
I
But
mean,
now
But I have no problem with that. I have no problem with
I
that.
remember what I was gonna say. So D'Angelo had 0 points, right? That game.
0.
Yeah, 0.
So I know there was a big thing of him not sitting anywhere near the timeout. and
Well,
the
yeah,
huddle.
that's basically why the
So-
whole debate started.
Personally, I feel like he was checked out of that game. He checked himself out by frustration, because he knows
Probably.
he should do better, and he I feel like he's probably putting all that loss on him, which I mean it technically is
Yeah.
personally,
Good amount.
and
He's the point guard, right?
I
He's
feel
a
like
starter.
I
I mean,
feel
that'd
like
be
You average 18
like-
this year. You gotta have
hold up.
some.
I feel like
Go ahead.
a person like LeBron would know that personally that dude's holding that and taking that to the chest. Like, it's my fault we lost. He's not gonna publicly come out and
If
Exactly.
there ever was a time to do it, like that's a time in his career to do it, and I haven't found him doing it.
There,
I mean,
there's
there's
no way.
respect on LeBron for not doing that. I mean, the interviewer directly asked him how does he feel about that situation, and he said he doesn't know because
Gotta
he's not a
ask-
mind reader.
gotta
He doesn't.
ask
You got to
D'Angelo.
ask the actual person, and that's respectful. And for you to come out here and say that he did the exact opposite is just
Key, when I
absurd.
find the video and you send, can you just do me a favor?
Dude, you're not finding the
Can you
video.
just because I'm not gonna look for it like this second.
You just said you saw
You just
the
spent
video.
5 seconds and found a
I'm gonna
video.
be honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. If you find this video, it has to be AI generated.
It has to be because I actually believe it or not, there's shorts.
I really.
There's shorts that I just
really
looked at
couldn't
before
buy it.
showing you the video. There's shorts of changing the lips around and changing the words of
I
what
could
LeBron
not buy
said.
it. I could not
So
buy it.
you better fact check yourself. If it's like wrong and it's edited, then
So you know that
It's got to be on a legit site because people can
yes.
edit lips to show. So it's got to be a legit
that video that I just
YouTube or
posted
whatever.
was on House of Highlights. They ain't doing that. House of Highlights is not doing that.
well, I'll find
And
out.
I can show you proof right now. I can show the camera. It's
Listen,
not-
Because I could do it right now. I could edit a video with LeBron, making it look like LeBron said
You're
that. That's
telling
all
me
I'm saying.
you just know when it's edited.
Zach, there was one. with
Guaranteed
Steph
100%.
Curry.
No, I'm saying people
I'm asking-
can
I don't
do
know.
that. People
No,
can
no,
do that.
hold
And yeah,
on.
there are. Yeah, and yes.
No, what I'm saying is, can
Yes.
you?
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
that.
I can.
100%
Yes.
every single
Yes.
time.
Yes, every single
Yes.
time.
I'm just asking.
There was one with
I'm just
Steph Curry.
asking.
I literally showed Zach before he left. I think it was a couple days before. he
Yeah, it
left.
was like it looked
Steph Curry.
spot
he was
on,
calling
but-
him Klay Thompson, bro. He was calling out
It's
Draymond.
AI generated.
Yeah.
So maybe your sources were wrong, and maybe you looked at an AI generated, but
Well, I don't
But you're
control
wrong.
AI. I don't control
Yeah,
AI.
that's why
But
you
I'll
gotta-
find
But
the video.
but you were wrong.
Just make
That's
it-
what it was.
No,
But,
no.
you gotta
Yes,
keep
yes,
track.
yes.
sorry, but if House of Highlights posted
Innocent
that,
until proven guilty. So you're wrong.
So you're saying House of Highlights?
Anything,
Posted what?
ESPN.
House of
YouTube.
Highlights posted the interview. They posted the.
So
what do
that's
you call
your
it?
only main source.
That's a big
No, I-
source.
I'm
What's your
asking.
other
I don't know. I'm asking.
I've
See,
looked
I'm not.
at
I'm
the other
not. I'm asking. These are questions.
I mean,
It's known sources, like known
it's
sources.
known sources.
like
ESPN, Sports Center, NBA,
All the other ones-
TNT,
all the other ones, it's
NBA.
not what we're looking for. And if it is, like these YouTube shorts, these are the ones that are AI generated that I saw.
CBS, Fox
But it's
Sports.
yeah, it's known sources. So if you know that they're not going to post like AI generated because House of Highlights, they're very popular. they're
And they'll get
obviously-
sued.
they're close to ESPN, stuff like that. So
You got Bleacher Report.
Well,
you got any
Bleacher
I don't know
Report,
anything
yeah.
about no AI generated stuff, so I take your word
I
for
can show you a
it.
video right now.
There's
I don't need to see the video.
all you gotta do
I'm
is
actually
have
I'm
Steph
taking
Curry.
your word for it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I don't know anything about AI.
What,
I don't spend my time reviewing what's AI versus not.
what
I mean,
other
I'm not.
topic do we have?
I don't-
Is it just
So instead of proving your source, you're just gonna take your source to bash LeBron instead of actually backtrack like proofing that. You're just gonna just take
how
it.
how many sources did you look through? Because I mean, you had to have heard it somewhere.
Listen.
And he's been a bad teammate.
That's Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
that's
Even
what I'm saying.
No.
That's AI. That's AI.
I just
No
made that.
kidding. No
Keith
kidding.
just made that.
I just made that. Listen.
Totally called out D'Angelo Russell, and he's been a bad teammate. Completely ridiculous.
And I'm looking at his Trump's lips.
Wow.
It looks good.
Yeah, his lips looks
I
like he's
couldn't
actually
tell.
saying it.
I think I can tell the difference between Trump and
Yeah,
LeBron.
but
I mean,
but
come on.
people
come
really,
on.
people
That,
really,
that's AI. If you
It would
can't
be
tell that
LeBron's
that's
people,
fake,
people
you're
who,
an idiot.
people,
would be
who,
LeBron's
people who
voice.
have no life
look pretty
really. They
legit.
sit
It
down
looked
and-
legit. That's what I'm saying. It
Okay,
looks
well, I'm
legit. If you watch the video that he just made, it looks legit.
Like look up the Steph.
Well, you have to be in no man's land not to recognize that
Exactly.
voice. I'm just-
Apparently, you're in no man's land to not recognize
But
No.
a
wait,
fake
okay.
LeBron video.
Okay.
Now,
Aside
come
that.
on now.
Okay. Aside that.
Yes.
What? What do you mean?
How many sources have you looked at? Because you heard it from somewhere. So how many sources did you?
I've
actually
looked
try
at
to
it
look
in several areas. I'm sorry if I
Okay,
didn't.
but what were the areas though?
Several areas, and you can't find one right now.
So you're
I'm not
telling
gonna
me-
look it up
so-
right now.
Okay, but I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You can keep talking all you want.
The several things that you looked at all said that he directly attacked D'Angelo Russell for that. Several, more than.
And we
two.
can't find one.
You can't find one.
We can't even find
You
one.
can-
Yeah, I
Like
can't
I
even
said,
find
when
one.
I find when I, why is it? I just finished telling you. When I find it, I'm gonna give it to him and he can post it.
Okay.
How many times do I have to keep saying it?
Okay.
All right, well,
But
Because
you-
I'm gonna
but-
keep
All I'm
moving on.
saying is, if you're
Moving
gonna
on.
make a point or you're gonna make a claim, you better have evidence,
Next time, I
Mr.
know I'm
Lawman.
gonna-
Okay.
This is what I'm gonna do. Next time I make a point, I'm gonna bring the picture, okay? And
No,
then I'm
video.
gonna just-
Video. In this case,
right
video.
here. All right.
In this case, video.
All right,
Okay.
we can move on
gotta
now. We
move
can
on.
move on.
There
now.
we can move on. All right. Moving on. All right. This past weekend, we had the actual NFL draft. Honestly, I know many of you were pretty actually happy with what you had or who they drafted. Obviously, it was a no-brainer. Caleb Williams going number one. Jaden Daniels going number two.
I didn't see that dude going number 2.
Oh, Jaden Williams. I'm sorry, Jaden Daniels
Yeah.
from
I didn't see
LSU.
that.
Really? For the
No.
most part, everybody pretty much did. I think. Well, it was actually early on. It was between Drake May. It was between Drake May and Jaden Daniels. It was between those. So they were like 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So
It
was
went
kinda-
pretty well, like it was supposed to, didn't it?
yeah, it was kind of
It,
crazy.
it ended up being that. Yeah, it ended up being that. So, and then moving, and then obviously Arizona taking Mari Harrison Jr. number 4. Not
I would honestly, sorry to interrupt you, but I would say the most surprising was the Titans pick with J.C. Latham. I mean, they picked him off of, I mean, his position rank number 5, but then only a couple picks later, you have Olu Fashanu for the Jets. Same position, rank number 3. So that was just a little different.
which offensive tackle is it? One could be a left tackle, the other
True.
one could be an offensive
True.
tackle.
True.
So
It could have
the
been
other-
what it could have been what they've seen during their visits too.
Yeah, I think what Mel does is he just does tackles together and he does
Yeah.
guards together. So
Yeah.
it could have been different.
You know, so
maybe JC how you pronounce his last name?
Latham.
Latham.
I can look it
JC
up. I can
It's
look it
like
up.
It's probably Latham.
maybe he's just,
Actually, I think he is a
maybe
right
he fits
tackle.
the scheme better.
And then what is Olu Fashanu?
He's Penn State
yeah, Penn State.
No, but like what, left or right?
tackle. I think he's a right.
So if they're both right, that's definitely a little.
No, my bad. I
that's-
think he's a left. He's a left.
yeah,
I'm
unless
getting
they see
left,
left.
I'm getting left tackle from J.C. Latham.
Okay, what about Olu Fashanu?
Left. I believe he's left.
Like I said, here it doesn't really tell me exactly whether he's left or right.
Yeah, it just says OT.
OT for me. So, position ranked. Yeah, a lot of them tend to be grouped together with, like you say, guards or tackles.
No
So,
one
Yeah.
irritates me more than Michael Penix going to Atlanta at 8.
That was a surprise for me.
I
I didn't see
mean,
that coming.
I mean, I honestly can see it. If they want him to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a year or two, I completely understand. For
yeah,
four,
but he'll be
That's
26.
4 years.
Yeah, but-
Cousins and his agent were questioning that after that pick.
I mean,
I mean, it's definitely a surprise a bit. But I mean, if they want him to just like Patrick Mahomes, he sat behind Alex Smith for a year. I don't know.
I don't think it's not going to be a year.
you
How
got to
do you
figure that
know?
Kirk Cousins is going to
Cousins
play
is signed for 4 years,
180.
180. They're playing him.
I mean,
Well, yeah, they're gonna play him.
They shouldn't even have signed him if you're going to draft.
That's what
him.
I'm saying.
yeah,
They
if
gave
you're
him-
drafting him, there's no mock draft that has.
Or they could use him to
Him
trade
going
him. They
top
could use the
10,
trade.
bro.
They could use
No
the
one-
trade. I really
the
don't know.
guy,
I really don't know.
Atlanta gave a guy 4 years, $180 million, and he's still recovering from an Achilles injury. He wasn't even ready to play, and they just said, you know what, I'm gonna give Kirk Cousins 180 based on what? Now I'm gonna say that they probably didn't know much. Obviously, they didn't know much about Penix after they signed Kirk Cousins. I get that, but you're gonna really tell me that they didn't talk about potentially knowing who the quarterbacks were gonna come into the draft? You're gonna tell me that they didn't talk about a quarterback to be drafted? At least talked about it. That's what I'm saying. Just talked about it. You gave a 30, and at the same time, he's gonna probably play if he comes back healthy and all. He's gonna play at minimum of 2 years out of that contract. Let's say 2 years. At the end of those 2 years, Michael Penix Jr. is going to be 26 years old. Some of these other rookies that got drafted this year,
23.
they're going to probably be 23, no older than 24, some of them. So you're basically drafting someone that's going to about entering their primes and potentially not even taking a snap by the time they take over. Again, potentially.
Did you? There was a video after they put the pick in. The owner was confronting the GM, and it looked like they were having a major disagreement.
I mean, I saw that. I mean, everybody is trying to speculate because they hug after the draft pick. They hug.
I mean, they can hug all they want.
Yeah, but I mean, if you didn't like it, I mean, you're gonna hug and then argue. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what was said. I mean, it could be true, but I don't know what they were said.
I don't. They're both boneheads. If that owner agrees, first of all, they had Michael Penix as the second-ranked QB in the draft. Okay,
They had who?
They had Michael Penix Jr. as the second-ranked
I don't know.
QB.
I would
in
say
the
he's like
draft.
6.
That's what Atlanta had. That's what Atlanta. Had.
Atlanta. That's Atlanta. He was ranked 6th overall.
He was ranked 6th overall QB.
So
I think by Kepler, right?
Mel Kiper.
Mel
Mike
Kiper
Piper,
Jr. had him
sorry.
at 6th, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
he had him at
but
6th.
Atlanta had Michael Penix ranked second.
Yeah, but every team is going to rank
But
quarterbacks differently.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's
how I look at it. Like if you're in your opinion, if you have a quarterback ranked higher than other quarterbacks, that's on you. But my whole thing is I don't understand why sign Kirk Cousins to draft him. Like
That's the
especially
part I
knowing
can't get.
knowing at
lineman
8
on
you're
the
gonna get
board.
him.
Yeah,
they
that's-
had a lineman on the board too that they could have got.
They
that dropped.
could have got
Yeah.
I don't know, a wide receiver, literally anything. I don't know why they weren't.
No, I wouldn't have mind the pick Michael Penix Jr. It would not. I wouldn't have mind that.
If they didn't
If
have Kurt.
exactly.
Yeah.
But even I don't even. It doesn't even bother me. I'm shocked that they signed Michael Penix. I mean, drafted Penix. My thing is, what were you thinking when you gave Kirk Cousins $180 million? That's the question I cannot get by. I just can't. And he's not even healthy. I've never heard of a player that I can know of that is coming out of an injury getting that kind of money. I'm sure there has been, but you cannot possibly sign somebody that a significant amount of money that you don't even know if they're going to come back.
That just to show you how much money the NFL is making, that they able to give.
I'm gonna be real with you. Before last season, he played. His last 8 seasons, he played at least 15 games.
Right.
Each season.
Kirk Cousins. He played at least for that before. Other than last year, the previous 8, he did play at least 15. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 8 being 16 games, and then he played 17 the following year. So he actually has been kind of healthy. It was just last year.
Yeah, no, and I get that he's been healthy for the most part. He has put up numbers, he's put up stats. I'll give him all that. Granted, he's only has one playoff win, but he puts
Yeah.
up the stat. The thing is that he was hurt when they gave him the money. That is what I can understand. If he was healthy and he says, I don't want to go back to Minnesota, and he's healthy and he's going to start game one, okay, I wouldn't agree on the 180, but I can at least see why you signed him because you needed a quarterback. You have an already made offense. You know, your defense is average from what I hear, but at the same time, I can understand why you would sign a quarterback. But
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I don't.
it'll be a genius pick if
The
Kirk
second one
Cousins gets
does.
hurt.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
I'm
know-
gonna be honest. Probably will.
I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with signing him after getting hurt. My problem is though he's 35 getting
People
that
shouldn't have
contract.
signed
30,
him.
actually,
Like,
he's
that's
36.
so I don't have a problem giving him like 20, 25 mil for a few years, but like
Well, he puts
this
up numbers
contract,
though, even at that age.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's
he
not
puts
equivalent
he
to
puts
winning.
up numbers, but
It's just
like
tough.
know the draft, bro. Know the teams ahead of you. All right.
So who do you guys
like,
think?
Like honestly, like no one above Atlanta was gonna take Michael Penix, dude. So like
I mean, the Seahawks might have.
Yeah, but you got to understand. You got
They
to
would
look
have
at
to trade up.
the drop.
you have to see the teams that were below, that were behind. We knew Minnesota was going to take JJ McCarthy,
yeah.
but you have to remember the teams past Atlanta.
But they
Okay,
don't-
if they
He
were
was
willing to-
he was taken before JJ.
Yeah, he got
right, right. So they
Yeah.
already had the mindset. But let's say
Crazy.
Atlanta doesn't make that pick, and they think that they can go into the second round and potentially draft him. They weren't worried about the Minnesota because everybody knew Minnesota was going to take JJ. I mean, that was a no brainer. But then you still had Oregon, and you still had Las Vegas, the Raiders. So they didn't know if one of those two teams. Remember, Denver took Bo Nix, so that would have left Michael Penix Jr. left, and that would have been the Raiders.
But then you're reaching.
I understand that you're reaching. I'm just trying
I mean,
to
they already
explain-
reached.
They already reached.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just trying to.
All of those teams. did.
Atlanta has so many other needs than that QB. Like
Agreed.
I'm
Why
not
not go
disagreeing with
line?
that.
Yo, Penix must have put on a show. I'm not gonna
Word.
lie. He must have
Like,
put on a show.
Dude, they had him second, bro. They ranked him
I know.
second.
He must have had
They
a
put him
show.
above Jaden Daniels, bro.
Look again.
Atlanta.
I'm fine with any. If you are high on a guy, that's your problem. Like
That's
that's
on
on
them.
them.
You
And
gotta
I
remember,
don't
they're
and I don't have a
desperate for
problem with
quarterback.
that.
Bro, listen. If he doesn't pan out, bro, that owner and GM need to be fired, bro.
Yeah, but you also have to take it. You also have to understand this is a different era when you make a draft pick and you take a gamble. Prior,
There's no
se-
gamble first round.
I'm gonna explain to you how that's some
No,
nowadays.
there is. There are.
There are gambles, yeah. Let me
No.
correct
But what I'm
myself.
saying is, in comparison to the past, this is a lot nowadays. At the draft pick, it's a lot easier to gamble, and here's why: Sam Bradford was the last rookie to get drafted number one. And remember back, prior, Keith, you remember this, and Tigo, before Sam Bradford, okay, these rookie contracts they would sign like a 6-7, they would sign like a 80 million, $50 million bonus. If that draft pick did not pan out, it would literally set an organization 6, 7, 8 years back just because of the amount of money that they put and giving it to a number one draft pick. So
That's true.
okay, that actually was true. So what happened right after the year of Sam Bradford?
Oh.
The NFL said, you know what? No, we're gonna cap it at 4 years with a fifth-year option. So now after 4 years, if it doesn't pan out, or 2 or 3 years, a team can move on from a particular player, especially a quarterback, and they can kind of restart.
Guys,
So-
I'm sorry to cut you off. I have
Right.
to say this. So on the TNT, Kenny Smith like fell going up the steps. So they
Oh,
put
man, I
they
saw
put that they put that tape
They
where
put
he
caution,
fell,
like
where like
when
a dead.
body.
They put the tape there where he
no.
The
fell,
outline
and they
of his
put
body.
and they put cones and caution tape around.
Oh, no.
Yo, viewers, look that up. That's so funny.
What's the score?
I think Knicks are up like
49.
6, 7.
43-49 Knicks halftime.
40, which is 46?
46.
39.
I mean, 40,
49.
49.
49-43.
Oh, 6.
With
All right.
Joel Embiid with an impressive 3 for 10, 8 points.
Wow, it's only
Okay,
bad
cool.
game. Wow.
Listen, I'm just saying he's probably
There's
gonna
always
light
a
up.
second half.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
wait,
he's
wait,
probably
wait! You're
gonna light up the
actually
second
proving
half,
our
man.
point. How many
And they're
points does he
only
have?
up 6.
How many points? No, how many points does he have?
8.
What's the score?
And you're
49,
only up
43.
6.
Okay,
I'm not,
thank you,
I'm
thank
not
you,
disagreeing
thank
with
you.
your point, bro.
Wow. Okay.
All right, going back.
But going back, it is a reach for Denver to take Bo Nix, but you got to understand they literally have no quarterback. What
He was their only
position-
option.
He's their only option.
He
He's
was
the
their only
one left.
option, actually.
Somewhere else. Go someone. Take someone else. You don't.
Who?
reach.
Who?
Go take a lineman.
They
No,
don't have a
no.
quarterback.
You need a
And
quarterback.
They need a quarterback.
What quarterback
They need
you
a
taking?
quarterback.
Denver.
Oh, Denver. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about Atlanta, dude.
No,
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 Denver.
no. We said Bo Nix.
It-
No,
what? I mean,
My
if,
bad,
yeah,
my
Denver.
bad.
Like
Denver.
what quarterback?
Denver
dude, what?
has. They legitimately.
No, you got to take Bo Nix.
You have to. They have. He's the only one that was left.
Yeah,
He
you
was the
gotta-
sixth
I don't think
quarterback.
you
anybody
gotta-
saw that.
You know.
So
that
what?
was- So
That's
what?
so funny.
What?
Huh? What?
So what? So what?
Saw what?
He said nobody saw that.
Saw what?
Oh,
I was thought-
he
that was to Zach. Talk about Bo Nix.
Oh,
okay.
Clean your ears. That's what he said.
Oh. Sorry, I'm also blind. Can't tell.
But
Well,
I mean-
it wasn't meant for you guys to see. I just did it real quick. But
well,
y'all heard me say it.
I
didn't see that.
think that the pick that I think that they the Kansas City Chiefs. You don't know who they drafted?
Xavier Worthy.
He had the fastest speed combine in NFL history.
I was
at
gonna say
What,
that.
a wide receiver?
wide
dude-
receiver.
that
You
dude-
took that from me.
Well, because I told you, 4.2 speed, fastest speed in NFL combine history,
Could be a great
We
kick
needed that.
returner.
and he's definitely going to be the number one
Hey,
wide
did you see
receiver.
did you see what Steve Smith said about him?
No, what did he say?
He wasn't too high on him.
There's a
Wow.
lot of people that
What
weren't.
was the reason?
Something about like yeah, he's fast, but like something about like his cuts and like he just I don't know. When Steve Smith talks, he's kind of right.
Who they say that about though? That we drafted a few years ago in the second round. They said the same
Talking
thing about
about
DK
DK?
Metcalf.
No, that was not Steve
Not by,
Smith.
not by Stephen A. Smith. What I'm saying
No,
is,
Steve Smith Jr. or Senior.
Oh,
Whichever.
Panthers.
Steve. Oh, really?
Steve Smith, yeah, he wasn't high on
The
Worthy.
old wide receiver.
Yeah,
So he should know.
This,
He got right
I
with Jerry
mean,
Judy.
I mean, yeah.
Cooper Cup. He said
Said
Cooper
that?
Cup. He said Cooper Cup was his best receiver in that draft class. Yes, he did, and he was the 7th receiver taken that year. Yeah,
Steven Smith is pretty good at determining.
Yeah,
wide
well,
receivers.
he's
Steve
wrong on
Smith
this one.
Senior.
but
Okay, he's wrong on this one.
well, he
We'll
could
see.
be. You could be. I'm still high on him though. I mean, he's gonna end up being the number one wide receiver anyway. The only question is, as long as he can catch, you're fine. The Chiefs are fine as long as he can catch the ball.
That was the main
That
problem
was the
last
main
year,
problem.
and we
It
still
was
won
just-
it.
you got. You got Mahomes throwing to you. You ain't really got it. You know.
You don't really have to do much, just get open.
60 miles an hour.
Just-
right?
Well,
So Keith,
who's the guy?
yeah,
that drops
we
them all the time on
I guess
TV? What's
the
his name?
Giants. What happened? We're not talking about
Right.
Malik Neighbors,
Malik Neighbors is a beast.
wide receiver U out of
He's a beast.
LSU.
But he's
a
like
beast, bro.
he got in trouble.
Like,
That-
I guess that's a good
He's got
draft. I
Mahomes
never
throwing
really
to
know
him.
him
He
playing,
still
so I
drops him.
can't really
All
give
you-
a grade
all
on
you
him
gotta
yet.
know, Tigo. All you gotta know, Tigo. He's from LSU.
I know
He's a
that.
wide receiver one, and LSU makes beast wide receivers. All right, that's all you
I
gotta
mean,
know.
yeah, we could tell. Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
It was
But
the
that's-
right pick. It was.
It was
It
the
was
right
the right. I think
It
it
was-
was the right pick.
I think at this point it was the only pick you had to make.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Told
had to
you-
give.
you-
Daniel
you
Jones-
had
Been
to
saying
Hey, we said it. Remember we were saying
You're-
if you draft a quarterback,
We weren't wrong.
You-
I was not wrong about quarterback.
what was that?
I was not wrong about quarterback.
Yes, you were.
No, I was
Yes, you
not.
were.
Yes, you
No,
were.
I was not. They were
Yes,
they
you
tried the
were.
hardest out of any team to move up to 3
And-
to get Drake May. They just got denied by the Patriots.
Can I get a source?
Okay.
I thought they was going for
ESPN.
McCarthy.
No,
Yeah,
they
can I
were
get a
trying
source?
to the
Yeah,
same day
ESPN,
the
look it up.
Vikings
send
and
it.
the no, I'm saying the
I'm not
Vikings
sending
and the
nothing. Look it
Giants
up. ESPN. I'm
were-
telling you the source.
the Vikings and
Gotcha.
the Giants were actually discussing a trade to move up. Now, I know it was to select one of the top quarterbacks, but that was the reason. And to me, the Giants, I'm kind of glad that they were turned down. Had you had drafted Drake May, you would still be in the same position that you were prior to the draft pick with Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
The same position,
I'm
nothing
not gonna.
changed.
I'm not disagreeing.
Right. So Now you just gave Daniel Jones a weapon. You just gave this man
and
number
and
one wide
alignment
receiver. And you
and
got him.
alignment.
You got him alignment. You got to get him help no matter what. Listen, you paid this man. They're going to pay this man $160 million with or without the op. They're gonna,
He's gone I'm just saying. This year anyway. So.
And if they make the playoffs,
they're not making the playoffs.
And
that's not what I asked you.
Say that again.
How about this? If they're over 5, let's say that they're 10-7 and don't make the playoffs. You're saying that Daniel Jones is going to be gone.
What's his production?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I need to know what his production would be.
If you
they
go
make the
10
playoffs,
7,
it's obviously going to be pretty good.
You wait a minute. Hold on a second. It can't be worse than the year he threw for 15 touchdowns and 5 picks and got that contract. Anything better than that would be a gold mine.
I think it's horrible. I didn't like that year.
Not according to the Giants.
No, don't lie. Don't lie.
Not according to the
Don't
Giants.
lie. You were all for him getting paid. Don't even lie.
No,
Don't even lie.
I want Saquon to get paid. I want him to get franchised.
Yeah.
I wanted Daniel Jones to get franchised.
All I know is that they overpaid for him, but they paid him. And at the end of the
wasn't
day,
just against him. I'll tell you that.
They got him the help.
No,
So,
I wasn't
we'll see.
I wasn't fully against him. No.
You was not against him like this.
No,
and you got
I
hurt
wasn't.
last
I
year.
wasn't fully against him. No.
So Keith, who we got here? Oh man. So Keith, as a Dolphins, and only Keith can answer this. What's the name of? I can't recall, but who's the name of your the Dolphins draft pick out of Penn State? The edge
Poke
rusher.
Chop Robinson.
There you go. Poke Chop. I love that name.
What's that? Alignment?
He's
Defensive end.
What's great? What's funny is he's like a fast defensive lineman.
Oh, he's got
He's
such
like,
a quick
he's like
first step.
fast. Yeah, it's funny.
So if he can get taught, if he can get coached well, he could do something.
We gotta talk about your Seahawks pick too.
Oh, that goes without saying, Mr. Murphy the second. I mean,
It's a really good pick.
He's a beast.
that guy, low center of gravity. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even gonna say label. If I get half or 3/4 of what Aaron Donald was, I'd be happy. I just want to pay back the Rams the next 10 years what they did to us.
He's a smaller Dexter Lawrence, is what I see. He's a mix of a Dexter Lawrence with a Quinnen Williams.
Um,
That's what I see.
I don't know who those players are.
I don't know
what's
how
for
you
the
don't.
Giants? What's for
Giants
the Giants?
players.
They're both
yeah.
all pros. They're both
Yeah.
all pros.
Yep, both all pros. And if I get anything near that, my number one thing that I need this man to do, and they drafted him for this reason, is to stop the run.
Last 2 years,
That's my whole thing.
We sucked,
Last few years, actually, Seahawks have been picking up pretty good players. I'm not gonna lie.
but nothing to
Especially-
show. But I'm
especially-
saying,
yeah,
nothing
but-
to
I
show.
just wanted somebody on the defensive line.
That's
I'm happy
it.
We got somebody.
Now,
Yeah.
you guys-
Back to pork chop real quick. He also ran a 4.48 on his 40.
Damn,
Big boy can move.
damn,
Dang.
that's quick.
He said, Saquon, I'm catching you.
I don't know about that, but
He
He's-
basically ran like 3 ticks less than Saquon for
So-
3 seconds.
all right. So with all these draft picks here, obviously we already know the most surprising one was Michael Penix Jr. That goes without saying. But if you had to pick, which is your most favorite pick? Which one did you think was the best pick for the team? With being unbiased, being unbiased,
Being unbiased,
just being unbiased.
I'm gonna go with that Cardinals, man, because I like that wide receiver. He's a game changer. I think he's gonna be such a game changer, yo. That
I'm
dude.
telling. Listen,
I think he's gonna be even better than his pops. Remember I said that.
you know Marvin said you know his dad is in
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame, right? Okay, no, I'm
Yes,
just saying.
I know.
I'm just
I
saying
know.
he's in the Hall of Fame. No, that's probably
know.
the best. That's probably the best pick and the perfect fit. You giving Kyler Murray a number one wide receiver. He didn't really
Right.
have anybody. You know, they had DeAndre
You
Hopkins.
know,
but they-
you know what you kind of not to cut y'all out, but you know what you kind of remind me of a Randy Moss, yo, like a game changer. Like he's just a game changer, yo. Like your defense gonna have to make sure you double team him at all times. Because if you don't, he's gonna get the best of you.
I'm sure at some point they're gonna start double teaming him. I don't know about right away. They're gonna probably want to take a look at him or what have, but eventually they're gonna just double team him right off the bat. I mean,
Right off the bat.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he's definitely a game changer. That's not even up for debate.
I think my favorite pick is Olu Fashanu for the Jets, mainly because
JETSS.
Suck.
I'm not saying they don't, but I'm just saying. I like this pick mainly because the Jets
gotta
were
say that as a
actually
Miami
the
fan.
fourth most sacked team last season.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah.
Yep.
And Olu Fashanu, ranked number 3rd, in his position out of the nation. So I really do think that's a great pickup for them. 6'6", 312. I mean,
6'6"? Is he a left tackle?
Yeah, from what I've seen, from what I've researched, yes, he's a left
If
tackle.
he's a left tackle,
so
Blind side.
He's protecting that blind side. So let me find out if Rodgers gonna go off this year. Yeah, don't sleep on them Jets, boy. They got Aaron Rodgers, yo.
I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know, but Keith, when you said that, Keith kind of popped his head up to the camera. I don't know if he's got something to say about that.
I don't know how fast
He'll last 3 plays next year, not just one.
I don't know how fast.
I kind of like that Amarius Mims pick for Cincinnati because Joe Burrow needs some help.
Yeah,
Okay.
every time he plays, he usually seems to get sacked like 3 times a game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It just seems like maybe not, but it just seems like he gets sacked like 3 times a game.
I'm gonna go
6'8", 340.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Does he have foot speed? Do you know?
They say he's inconsistent, but with good coaching, they say he could be pretty dominant.
All right, as long as he doesn't turn into an Evan Neal.
Oh damn!
So the average offensive lineman 40-yard dash is 5.32, and Oli Fashanu, he ran a 5.11. So that's pretty good.
Okay, so we can pull.
I mean, listen, you got to remember these guys are not there to have speed.
I
they're
mean,
just quick.
quickness.
No, that's what I mean. Not speed, but
hit
quickness.
mobility.
I don't want to get hit by
I mean-
one of them. I'll tell you that right now.
So I would go with. Are you gonna do your picks?
Yeah.
I was, but if you have more to add, you
You
can.
do, I'll do mine. I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors at 6.
I wonder why.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
And I got one more. There it goes. And I'm gonna go with Cooper DeJean
I was gonna use that. I was gonna say that.
in the second round, cornerback.
Yeah, I can add a little more to that really quick. I mean, obviously, he was on a really good Iowa defense, and it says that he allowed a 45 passer rating when in coverage the past 2 seasons. White corner from Iowa. And then
white boy.
And then my other one, which I really like, is his name is Xavier Legette from South Carolina.
For the Panthers.
Yeah,
I like
and he's
that.
going to the Panthers. He's kind of built like DK Metcalf. He's like a bigger receiver, and I believe that was kind of his comparison. But he's 6'1", 220. It says, and he ran a 4.3940.
I have one more pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hit it.
I'm going to do Miami's second round pick, Patrick Paul.
Okay.
6'8", 331. That's a big boy we need on our offensive line.
Next
I
on line.
don't know if Tua's going to be able to see over that man.
No, he won't.
Oh my god! I'm sure you don't hit him in the helmet.
But
I'm gonna tell you.
can I expand on my Malik? Real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
So the reason why I say Malik at 6 is because I personally feel like Malik has a potential to be better than Marvin Harrison Jr. He has
He's
better.
good.
He has better. He's a better deep threat. I also think he has better breakaway speed. My bad. Short. What do you call it? Is it quick? Is it quick burst? Quick. He doesn't take
step?
long. Yeah, his first step. He doesn't take long to get to his top speed. His cuts are really good. Yeah, that's it. I feel like DJ now has the number one receiver, and we'll see him throw 10 touchdowns this year. So
You were about to say an
Hopefully.
interception.
I'm gonna go with this one, which I called earlier on before one of our shows, and I'm gonna go on a limb. I love the number one pick, and I love the number 9 pick overall. Caleb Williams and Romeo Duze. I You have Keenan Allen on one end, you got Swift in the backfield, you've got two potential, literally. I know Keenan Allen gets hurt, but you could potentially have two number one wide receivers. They have a pretty decent O line right about now. This is the team that is going to basically, I think, is going to put up numbers. This was the perfect fit for the Chicago Bears. As much as I wanted them to keep Justin Fields, we all knew, even prior to them trading Justin Fields, you knew they were going to more than likely take Caleb Williams, and they were going to take a number one wide receiver at number 9. This is a perfect fit. Me personally, my wild card coming out of the NFC making the playoffs, I had the Lions last year, I had the Browns last year. This year in the NFC, it's going to be the Chicago Bears.
I also like the Bills taking wide receiver Keon Coleman.
Yeah. Yes,
in
Florida
the first
State.
pick of the second round. First pick,
Yes.
second
Yes. Keith, who do you have to defend them?
To defend who?
round. Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman out of Florida State.
I got Jalen Ramsey. I got Poyer and as my safety coming in to help out. Hold on, you're making me forget names of players on my teams.
I'm just asking because I mean
He does have Ramsey.
He took me off guard.
He does have Ramsey.
Ramsey. No, I know that. I know he's an All Pro. I get that. I'm just asking because Keon Coleman, that kid is right off the bat by default. He's going to be the number one wide receiver.
he dropped a lot in the draft rankings.
Well,
He
it's
had a
not
slow
that.
40. I see him.
Yeah, but
I also like
he's slow. Yeah, but the abilities of him catching,
he can catch.
and the kid is a stud, and I'm telling you,
And we have Kendall Fuller too.
what really bothered me.
Plus wide receivers are really deep.
Yes, in this draft class, you could, with the exception of obviously Malik Neighbors, Morris Harris Jr., and a couple of others. Those exceptions, the bottom tier of the wide receivers in the first round could have easily been in the second round, and those second rounders could have easily been in the bottom tier in the first round. I mean, it's basically who you wanted, who you felt comfortable with, who would fit in your system better. So we're just basically splitting hairs, excluding those top tier wide receivers. Keon Coleman could have went. I would have loved to have seen him in the college playoffs. Had the quarterback, I believe Jordan Travis, I believe is his name, he wouldn't have gotten hurt. I would have loved to have seen him play either against Texas or either Washington, or in this case, it wouldn't have been Alabama because Florida State would have been undefeated,
Right.
and Georgia. I would have loved to have seen him.
Yeah, I also like Dallas Turner from Alabama, 6'3", 247. The Vikings picked him up. He ran a 4.46. They said that in the combine he's very, very well to change directions like very quickly. And I mean that's obviously very important.
A lot of people
We
actually,
lost Zach. Just give it a second.
yeah. Well, a lot of people actually was surprised he dropped that low at 17.
Yeah, because
I mean,
the number
They had him at the top 10.
Keon Coleman?
yeah the number two ranked edge got drafted before him.
Oh, you're talking about Turner.
Turner from Alabama.
Yeah, Dallas Turner, and it
I
also
think
said his
he dropped because of his cone.
I don't know, but his comparison was Josh Allen for the Jaguars, and they did also say that he was able to drop into coverage and be a spy. So,
They literally had this man going in the top 10. This is where people thought that the Atlanta Falcons
yeah,
were
they
actually
should've
going to
picked
draft
him up.
him.
They should have picked him up.
They should have picked him up, but that's neither here
They
nor
should
there.
have. Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
they're saying. That they needed. They have an average defense, but they just didn't have that one guy that could just basically disrupt an offense and go after the quarterback. And a lot of people thought that Dallas Turner was going to be the one.
We're hitting like 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Do you want to just end it?
What you mean? We can't just end it abruptly.
No, not yet.
Oh, do we have any more topics?
There's no more topics.
Well, this is pretty much it, folks. I just want to thank you. Our other guests had to leave. We just want to thank you for all watching this live podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please send your comments, suggestions, opinions. We welcome it all. Thank you for your support, and as always say, thank you. God bless you, and good night.
Peace, peace,
One love.
peace,
Good night.
peace,
Good night.
peace. Good night, good night.
Good night, guys.